Hi, this is Christine with Where's Watson. Today we're going to talk about Red River College's readiness for reentry onto campus. I'm with Jodi Pluchinski, our Director of Safety and Health Services, and Mike Krywry, our Research Manager for Institutional Analysis and Planning. Jodi and Mike are two leaders that are leading teams through the planning for our 4 phases of reentry for Red River College. So welcome to both of you. And I'll start with Jodi. Tell us a little bit about the planning for reentry and some of the aspects of what we need to be considering as we consider coming back onto campus.
So our reentry planning has been really exciting to develop, and we're really excited to see people coming back to campus and also still working remotely as well. We're still going to be staying very, very close in touch. When we do our reentry planning, we're really taking a reasonable and coordinated approach. We've gone and looked at our public health guidelines. We've consulted with our medical officer of health, and we've also used emergency management best practices. And for those people who are working at home and are wondering when they would return to campus, we have that on our website. We've worked with managers and supervisors to make sure that the reentry plan is what will work for them as well. When you're coming to campus, like I said, we're super excited to have you back. And there's lots of work that we've done in order to make sure that the campus is safe for you. So some of those things include doing over 700 occupancy assessments of classrooms, labs, office spaces. We have increased our hand sanitizing stations by over 60%. We've also developed our barriers and done those assessments. So those are in our high traffic areas. And the other thing is that we've gone and done campus flow markers. So we have this great campus flow working group who has gone through, and we have directions on which way you follow a hallway, maximum occupancy for bathrooms. We really want it so that it's a really coordinated effort for when you're returning to campus. When you come to campus, the other thing you can expect to see is greeters at the entrances that are designated so that we can answer any questions that you may have. The other thing is there'll be physical distancing tapes so that you'll know where you can sit when you're having a break. So those are all things that we have ready for campus. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to come to Safety and Health Services at C106. We love to have people come to our Emergency Operations Center, which is in A137. And you can also continue to email safety@rrc.ca. But we're really looking forward to having you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Jodi. Mike, you're part of the academic reentry team. So tell us a little bit about the academic reentry team and what it's working on these days.
Thanks, Christine. Well, the academic reentry team, or ART as I like to call it, is actually quite a large group. We have 86 members from across the organization, all leaders and decision makers, so it's quite the group. As the name suggests, it's anchored by our academic leadership group, so that's our senior academic leaders, our deans, our chairs, our program managers, our regional campus managers, as well as the Center for Learning and Program Excellence, which leads a lot of our online and blended learning work. So right now that group has been really busy planning for the fall and for their catch-up, adapting courses and programs so they can either be delivered fully online or as a mixture of online and face-to-face, something we call blended learning. We also have an enrollment services and finance team. And so their main tasks have really been about putting together these complex schedules and timetables, adapting to respect and follow the safety and health guidelines that Jodi and her team have set out. And they're also managing the direct communications with our current students, but also our prospects. We have a space planning and educational technology group. So as the name suggests, that group is looking at our on-campus spaces for some of that essential face-to-face learning, but also looking at the kinds of spaces we may need to create for teaching and learning for faculty and students that actually don't have the resources at home to learn or teach effectively. So we're going to be building some of those spaces as well. We have a student services and supports team. So they look after things like tutoring and counseling, but also the bookstore and residence and other on-campus supports and services. And finally, we have a communications group. So as that name suggests, the communication group is looking at coordinating communication so that there's consistent messaging going out, but also is there to listen to any questions or concerns that people may have. So this academic reentry team or mega team actually provides a place where information can be shared and decisions can be made quickly, or if needed, referred to the other areas that can make those decisions.
Wonderful, Mike. I love the idea of the mega team and involving so many parts of the college, both from the logistics and operational perspective that the IMT is working with, as well as the way that we're being very deliberate and intentional about how we can best support students in the quality of education that they'll be receiving, and make sure that we're communicating clearly about what the expectations are for both staff and students as they may return to campus or continue to learn online. So thank you both very much for your leadership. Thank you for all of the team's work. I know that there's a myriad of details being worked on and considered. So thank you very much for joining me today. And I look forward to our webinar, our live webinar at 11 o'clock on July 14th, where we'll be able to have further discussion and our staff and faculty can ask questions of the team. So thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks.